Cam Ward had a rough game in Week 13, but it's not as rough as the offense that he is being asked to work in. I'll show you what I saw on tape in today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. Fans, welcome into another film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, 25 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for Sports Illustrated, USA Today, and hosted the #1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked On Titans, for 7 seasons. In today's film breakdown, I'm going to talk about the rough performance of Cam Ward, because I do think that there are a handful of plays here, sometimes where he missed open guys, some bad throws that he had that did lead to him not playing one of his best games of the year. But I also think that this game was clear about how rough of an offense that Cam Ward is dealing with, whether it be improper route distribution, whether it be guys just not being open whatsoever, whether it be his teammates letting him down, catching the football, or on the offensive line. Cam Ward is in a very difficult situation. I think week 13 showed us where Cam Ward can be better, but also how difficult of a situation he's truly in. So I'm going to get into all of that. Before I do, thanks again for checking out Tic Tac Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. Make sure you throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a Titan up down in the chat, and as we always do, let's step into the film room. So again, I got 6 bad plays from Cam Ward, 3 of them where I felt like maybe he missed a guy, and then 3 of them are bad throws. Let's talk about the plays where he missed a guy, because I honestly think missing players is a bigger problem than a bad throw. I have faith that Cam Ward will throw the football fine, but you got to make sure that you're able to read the defense and find guys. And this one isn't even a read the defense problem. So it's a play action fake right here, and it's a cover 2 look with 2 high safeties. But look at this wide receiver right here coming free, okay? And I do believe that Cam Ward wants to hit this guy right here as he comes free. Now, could he get rid of the ball right now, throw this with anticipation, hit the man? Potentially you could make that argument. But at the same time, he's got a guy bearing down on him right here, free rusher right at him. So what does Cam do? He says, my #1 priority is I have to avoid the rusher. So he avoids the rusher. Now here is where I think it would be fair to criticize. Right when he avoids the rusher right here, look how open this man is right here. Quite frankly, this guy's open too, but this is more open and should be the option that he looks to. He should have seen how open that guy was going to be before the pressure gets there. You avoid the rusher, and then you throw the ball. That's what should happen. But Cam doesn't do that. I don't know why he doesn't throw the football right here, like he pump fakes right there. So he had time to get rid of the ball. I don't know why he doesn't let it go. Again, both of these guys are open, and he just either misses them or doesn't feel comfortable getting rid of the ball right there. Either way, I don't quite agree. Ends up faking a pitch after that. So you got the fake the pump fake the pitch to Tony Pollard, who's covered, and then it turns into a fumble. You know, like, to me, that needs to be thrown. You need to throw that football after you avoid the rusher to the crossing route that's wide open. You know, get that ball out of your hand. I don't know why he didn't want to throw the ball on that one, but that's a miss. In my opinion, he just missed a guy and didn't throw it. So bad decision there from Cam Ward. To me, this is a good example of bad habits. When you say the Tennessee Titans are going to ruin Cam Ward. This is the type of stuff that would make those people be right. These are examples of how that could happen. Because this is a 3rd and medium, the very next play. 3rd and manageable. All right, the very next play. And look at this pocket. Look at this pocket from Cam Ward. Look at the pocket. Right here. And then here, you have Elikayo Manor, who is settling down right here. Remember, you got to get a first down at the 35. Bad line. I'm not good at lines, long lines. But 35 is the first down marker, and he's going to settle down right here in between these guys. All right? Cam, again, in a clean pocket. Look how he kind of panics here. Oh, and he drops his eyes. And look. Open. And this is the very next play after the fumble that we just talked about. So he is clearly panicked. He's clearly worried. Look, he lowers his eyes, and by the time that he pulls back up, now this guy is coming over here. Now this guy is coming over here, and it's not an easy pass. He can't just force it in. He may have still been able to get that in, though. Right there. Throw it. But he doesn't. He was tentative. I think it's the dropping your eyes in a clean pocket right here is much more egregious than not throwing this ball after, this zone defender starts breaking down right here, Devin Lloyd. But again, this is how you ruin a good quarterback, is they're so worried about getting hit and taking pressure that they bail out of clean pockets, get happy feet, freak out, and have a panic attack, and then miss wide open guys that can move the sticks. The offense, look at this pocket still. The whole play, an incredible pocket. And Cam just freaks out, man. Worried about the pressure. This is the most damning play of it all. This is just Cam Ward missing because he's scared of getting hit even though he's in a clean pocket. These are the plays that show how bad things have gotten and the impact that it can have going forward. And then what does it turn into? What he was scared of all along, the sack. The fear of the sack causes dropping the eyes, checking around. Oh, now I reset, even though the pocket was clean the whole time. And then it turns into what you feared the most anyway. To me, and this is the final one where I think he just misses open guys, but to me, this is another example of fear. This is fear creeping in because I don't understand, I guess, some of the misses that we're seeing here. Cam's looking to this side, okay? And you're going to see cover 3. And look at this seam right here. Excuse me, it actually looks like inverted cover 2, where the middle safety actually turns into the hole defender, okay? But either way, you have the seam right here, okay? And I think it's open, and Cam gets off of it really early. Boom. This is a lot of space for a seam route in the NFL, especially for Gunnar Helm. So I think Cam could have won there. But look, Cam is already off that. Cam's already off of it. He didn't even wait for it to develop, which is fine. Move on. But my problem is here, once he moves to this other side, and again, look, clean pocket. Super clean pocket. You have Tajay right here, but look at Van Jefferson. Look at this hole right here in the zone. Rip this thing in here. Rip it in. But instead, Cam goes super conservative and just checks it down. And he did this a couple of times throughout the game. I didn't think that they were bad decisions like this one where I didn't think the misses were that bad, but he's just really, really worried about the rush. I mean, he didn't need to rush this. Look at the pocket that he has. And he's off balance. Look at his feet because he's worried about the rush. Oh, I got to get it out. You could take one step back, get your balance, and fire a ball in. So it's not always just that, I guess, that he's missing guys. It's sometimes he's missing guys because he's scared of a pass rush that isn't really on him because he's been under such duress before. So 2 examples here where he missed guys, and I think the primary reason is he's scared of getting hit again and getting sacked again by a rush that's been on him all season long. Dumps it off. Again, clean pocket here for the most part. Titans' offensive line numbers didn't look all that bad after the game. And it's clean. It's clean. And he's just freaked out, just freaked out. All right, so now we got a couple of plays where, honestly, Cam just had bad throws. The previous plays were what I would say are mental mistakes, mental errors that got Cam Ward in trouble. These are just, hey, it's a bad throw. You got an out route here to Elikayo Manor. You got the deep corner to Chim DK. I think both of them have an opportunity to be complete. But Cam, again, affected by the pressure this time, which is actually in his face, just sails one high. So you're getting pressure on this side and on this side. This is starting to collapse as well. Again, you have an ability to complete this right here. I mean, look, the corner's back is turned because he's worried about the deep route of DK. So there's an opportunity to complete this right here. But Cam, because the pressure is in his face, he throws off his back foot and he sails the throw. And it's not even close. It would have been tight anyway, but this is not a good throw by any stretch of the imagination. Look, off his back foot, leaning backwards, tries to whip it in there. But when you do that, it often sails on you. So we've seen this a couple of times this year where he's had some shots to the outside down the sideline, and he's just kind of sailed him over top and not given a guy an opportunity to make a catch. That's just a bad throw. Here's another one that's just a bad throw. The Titans run a concept that they run a lot against cover 4. This is going to be the cover 4 hook defender here. You're going to have quarter safety right here, and the Titans are just going to try to slide a deep in route past this guy in front of the safety, behind him, right in here, and Cam just throws a bad ball. It's not accurate, not reading the linebacker well enough to understand where his guy's going to be open, throws it a little too early, and look at that. You know, I'm not an individual technique quarterback guru or anything, but it sure looks like Cam Ward's fallen backwards to me. And not only that, but he's scared of the rush, so he lets this go way too early and too inaccurate. He throws it in here, and the ball needs to be right here. I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close to in the right place. You know what I mean? Like, just off. And the last play that we saw, like, look, that's really bad. It's just a really bad throw. So that's 3 plays that I thought he missed, and 2 of them came back to back, and then 3 throws that I thought were bad. And, you know, there's 2 right there that came back to back as well. This is a tough one, too. This is just a missed throw from Cam Ward. And again, I'm less worried about just missed throws as I am missing reads and not seeing things because you're worried about pressure, but that's just a bad throw. He's got Io Manor wide open right there. That's got to be a completion. That's easy money. That's, you know, and it's not even, I mean, he can't even get hands to it. You know what I mean? Just a really bad throw. And bad throws happen. Bad throws happen. He's a rookie. I mean, I watch good quarterbacks miss throws all the time where they're high and away and this and that, but it's just about, you know, having some consistency, not making it too big of a problem too often. And, you know, it really hasn't been for Cam Ward too much, but this is certainly just a bad throw. Now, I showed you the 6 plays that I thought were bad for Cam Ward. What we got to look at now is how this offense is a disgrace, okay? Because that's a much bigger problem for Cam Ward. 3rd down, man coverage, you're going to get like a double slant concept right here, and Alec Io Manor just gets whooped by a chip from a defensive lineman, and these guys are both in the same exact freaking place. What do you want Cam Ward to do with this? Bang. What are we doing? What are we doing? I know that Alec Io Manor got hit. It's not like this is the design of the play, but at the same time, Cam Ward, 3rd down and long, already hard enough with these wide receivers on the field. Well, we got Gunnar Helm, a rookie tight end in the 4th round, Chigakonkwo or Tajay Spears, I think that might be over there, Van Jefferson, 2 4th round wide receivers right here. And look at them right next to each other. But Cam Ward's a bust. He sucks, right? Yeah, okay. It's 4th down and short. My bad coaches are going to run a bootleg from the near hash, straight into the sideline. Why are we running a bootleg to a short field? To limit the space that our young playmaking quarterback has to operate in. Why are we doing that? Hate that call. Don't like it. But anyway, our young rookie quarterback outruns a defender, makes a play, and throws it. And what does our veteran running back do? Could this be a better throw? Could this be right to his chest? Yeah, but look at Cam Ward right there. Getting chased, hit, knocked down. He throws it right to your hands, man. Catch the ball. Other players on other teams make plays like this all the time. Catch the ball, okay? That's what we're dealing with here. Here's a fun one right here. The Jaguars are going to run cover 3, deep, deep, deep. They're going to have this safety kind of roll up right here. Hook curl right here. The Titans are going to have a sit-down route here, sit-down route here. They're going to run a vertical. With Jefferson, you're going to get a little chip and sneak out. You're going to get a little chip and sneak out. But here's the problem. Cam Ward has someone open here. Look, Van Jefferson has a one-on-one. Cam wants to throw it. But do you see this? See this guy right here? And the fact that, look at this Jaguars player right here and where Cam Ward is. The fact that this is not a sack. Look at that. Dead to rights. The fact that this is not a sack. Well, Cam can't throw that deep to Van Jefferson because he's got to avoid the hit. Bam. Turns him. Okay. Well, now I got this guy in front of me. I got this guy coming right here. Josh Hines-Allen, one of the best pass rushers in the league. I can't reset and hit this deep. So what option do I have? I got to go short. And look, it's second and forever. And everybody at home is saying, why is he throwing so short? Why aren't we going downfield? Why aren't we attacking downfield? Well, Cam wanted to go downfield right here. You saw him setting up. And then there was a guy right on him that turned his shoulders because there was a freaking rusher right in the backfield. Guy right in front of here, guy right there, guy on top of him, two guys over here. All you have is two checkdowns. So it's second and forever, but Cam Ward has no choice. He's got to dump it down. No one's there. There's pressure in the backfield. We got a third and long situation here, and the Titans are going to run basically a mesh concept. You're going to have Gunnar Helm on a drag route right here. You're going to have an outside in route. You're going to have an inside in route. You're going to have kind of a pick route down here. Okay? And it's third and long. And the only option Cam has is a short drag route. These two guys are watching here. This guy isn't even looking into his break yet. So you can't throw that. The pick is right here, and these two guys are on him, and Gunnar Helm's coming wide open. You got to hit that. And look at this. We're talking about 3rd and 11, okay? And the only option he has is this drag route. What are you going to do? This guy's totally covered. Can't hit the check down there. This is the right play. So Cam Ward's, why are we throwing short of the sticks? That is what the play is designed to do. And also the Jags play great banjo coverage right here where this guy was in man and this guy was in zone. But because it's a crossing route, this guy, Andrew Wingard, is going to take man and this guy's going to drop off into a zone. Who would have been there to pick this off if Cam Ward had waited anyway? But Cam Ward can't wait because Dan Moore's getting beat and there's pressure in his lap again. And Cam Ward is the problem. Another simple concept right here. You're going to have Chigakonkwo out into the flat. You're going to have an underneath route. You're going to have a deep in route. And then you got a vertical over this way. Again, these are just such super basic route concepts that aren't specifically designed to attack specific coverages. Like, here we go. It's a zone coverage. Get a cover 4 here with 4 guys over here. Cover 4 on this side. Cover 2 on this side. So a cover 6 coverage. All right. This guy going to run vertical if his man goes vertical. There's no one over here to threaten this at all. Where is someone over here to threaten all this open space? Nowhere. I mean, it's perfect. So he's got Chig. He can pick up this drag route. This safety is right here to pick up this deep in route. Cam has a decent pocket right here, but who are we throwing to right now? You know, the play is designed to go to one of these two over the middle guys. So Cam is waiting to see if this happens. I mean, and now he wants to go to Chig, but now the pressure is inside on him. So now he's got to roll out and get out of the pocket. And by that time, Chig is picked up by the linebacker. It's not even a great throw anymore. There's nowhere to go. And he's just got to throw it away. Another wasted down with no one open. No one schemed open. No place to go. And pressure right in his lap. And I mean, look at this calamity. This is what Cam Ward's dealing with on offense. Look at this. First and foremost, there's pressure already in the backfield. There's pressure already in the backfield before I get to the calamity that is. Okay? Already. Josh Hines-Allen right in Cam Ward's face, rolling him out of the pocket. But look at this. Right here. Right here. Right next to each other. No spacing at all. So easy to defend. What are we doing? Why are we all right in the same place? Why do we see this every single week? I just showed you on the very first play. You got DK and Io right in the same freaking spot. Like, this happens every week. Look at this. And, of course, it's a sack. Well, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Tough situation when you got 4 out of your 5 eligible receivers stacked on top of each other, easy to guard, and 2 defenders right in your face with 2 of your offensive linemen laying on the freaking dirt. Sack. No one open. Nowhere to go. But it's Cam Ward's fault, right? This is the final long 4th down, the 4th and 20, and everybody is mad at Cam Ward because he dumped it off to Tajay Spears for 2 yards on 4th down. All right, I guess. But, like, where are we going? Safety over top, safety underneath. That's an interception if you go here. 1 guy on, 2 guy on, double team. Guy here, safety waiting over top, safety still right here. Who's open? Who are we throwing it to? I mean, what choice does he have? We have no choice. We're dumping it off to Tajay. What can we do? I mean, going to be mad at Cam Ward about that? How often there's no one open in this offense? I don't know what to tell you. All right, Titans fans, that's going to do it for today's film breakdown on Cam Ward's performance against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, Cam Ward did not play a great game, but I think some of the circumstances he's dealing with are getting worse and worse every single week. But with that being said, again, make sure that you get subscribed, stay subscribed for year-round free Tennessee Titans film content. Then I'm going to have a J.C. Latham video out later this week. But make sure that you throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a tighten up down in the chat. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, and as I tell you every episode, tighten up.